wearing the Caleb jersey, though.
Get to Twitch. I mean, nothing if not a showman. This is one of my favorite stunts. I said, I don't want to speak for you guys.
I'm still confused why you're wearing a Johnny Knox jersey.
It's confusing.
Put Johnny Knox in.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 13. He doesn't wear that number anymore.
No, I was wrong on that part. I was right about everything else, but I was wrong
Literally
about that part.
everything else.
I think so.
Yep. I got a list.
I meant about this.
That's categories. Coming up later. Things Danny was right about. Now do that.
That'll be a short category.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Already over. Already done.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Attending your own Shiva.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well,
This
it's
is
celebration of life. That's a part of a Shiva.
Look, this is our Shiva. It's the Shiva for the show. And you know what? I can honestly say, when my mom passed away, my experience of that Shiva, I was like, wow, I've never known for sure that I was ever in the right place more than right now. Like, I was supposed to be there paying respects.
Yeah.
At the Shiva. And I again feel that way. This is right, Shane. This is where we are supposed to be. Sitting Shiva together as a show, as a mob for this show today.
Personally, I love Tanny's open at your mom's Shiva. I thought it was a little mean. He had a lot of audio from her.
My dad
I didn't know how he got it.
My dad was offended. You remember that?
Why was Joey Pants involved?
Yeah. That went over like the line about Les's penis at his funeral during the audio
Oh, that's
montage.
right.
That's true. That's how good Tanny's opens are.
Yeah.
It actually has played at a funeral.
This is the second time Tanny has had an open at a funeral.
That's amazing.
Probably not the last either.
You guys
so
remember?
true.
You remember when Ice Cube called in after hearing that at Les's funeral? He was like so impressed with
Use
that.
your imagination, and you're probably right.
Oh, we do.
Oh, man.
and we know we were.
Yeah, I haven't really done like the planning for actual death, but I'm gonna Steph's listening right now, babe.
Yeah.
I want Tanny to produce my funeral.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. Folks, if you're having a Shiva, or you know anybody who's having a Shiva, talk to Chris Tannehill. He's your guy. I didn't bring any food. I mean, Danny brought the food.
I brought the food. You brought food yesterday.
I did.
It's 7 days, right? So, yeah, you brought the shellfish to the Shiva.
I brought shellfish exactly as the Jews would have wanted.
Yeah.
100%.
I sponsored at the steakhouse today.
Yeah.
But, hey, but it's not
I
just
did pick
food.
up the tab. Even though you sponsored, I took
Right.
the liberty of picking up the tab.
You're
You're
always
welcome,
do.
guys. You're welcome.
It's infuriating.
Well, when what you order is 10 times more expensive than what the rest of us ordered combined, then yeah, you probably should.
You had a bite. I gave you a bite of that steak.
Yeah.
Everybody had a little piece.
It was such a pretend acknowledgement, too, when the
What?
food got served. He's like, I'm the only one who ordered steak.
Yeah.
Did you not hear our order?
It was pretty clear at the time of the order that you were the only one who got steak.
All right, granted, that was as phony as my laugh to Jeff Ross in that open about, the parking tickets.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I cringe every time I hear that. I'll never do that again.
No.
I'll never laugh like that again.
That's a hell of a vow. Well, so you can bring food to a Shiva?
You're supposed to.
Yeah, condolences, but also, and this is kind of appropriate,
Yeah.
donations. You can, so that's tomorrow, really. So for Cubs for a Cure, I'm not asking you to give me money. I mean, I'm not. Shane's Venmo is probably open. And available.
yeah.
He's about to go to Greece.
He's not against it.
Yeah, I would love money for Greece.
Yeah.
Euros, whatever.
They have
or
cancer.
American.
They have cancer in Greece.
But not as much. That Mediterranean diet solves a lot.
It really does. It really does. They live a lot longer and healthier and seemingly happier lives.
It's a blue zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't donate to me. Donate to Cubs for a Cure tomorrow. That would be truly amazing. But I don't know if the highlight of the lunch was Speegs' $100 steak or the gift.
Come on, man.
I'm leaning gift.
I nailed the gift.
The gift is
It's a gift from me and Shane and Tanny.
it's so perfect.
We talked
You
about
just
it.
delivered it to me.
Yeah,
So
I did.
yeah, thank you all.
And I was late. I was late in getting there because there was an incident. I went to the engraver.
Well, there were two incidents.
But,
You only knew about one.
I only knew about one as I showed it to you. I went to the engraver, a great engraver.
And then the embalmer.
Oh, he's the best engraver. He does the best work. So I went to the guy, and he wasn't there, and they said my frame wasn't done. I'm like, I'm late for lunch, and apparently the glass broke. So he broke the glass. So he was down the street trying to get new glass. So your frame does not have any glass.
Right.
And that was, I thought, the biggest problem, but it's not. As you can see, it's a picture. It's the picture that all our socials are using of the four of us together in the booth at Wrigley about, 3 weeks ago?
Yep.
And on the top, we had engraved Parkins and Spiegel and Tanny and Shane. On the left, our start date of 2/8/21. On the right, our finish date of 8/14/24. And on the bottom, in bigger letters, a very different show. because it's not.
It's not the Spiegel and Parkins show.
It's Parkins and Spiegel,
which is a very different show, and
very
it
different
is
show.
a very
Oh,
different.
God, folks, we won't hear that joke anymore after today.
God, the audacity of you to say
the
that.
odyssey of us to use that again and again and again.
And so it's a beautiful frame. It looks like a wedding caliber frame.
Thank you to Macy's.
It's so nice. It's amazing. And then
Is there any issue?
the second you showed it to the table, Tanny looked at it very side-eyed because he's an attention to detail guy. He's a perfectionist.
I saw the look on his
Also-
face of like the obvious mistake that had happened, and I'm like, "What? I don't see anything. I just looked at it. I don't see anything."
Also, avid reader.
yeah. Big spelling guy.
I'm glad Mitch didn't look at it.
Different is
We still think it
spelled
was right.
Difffrent.
Hold that up for people. Yeah,
Different.
yeah.
Different.
Is that not
Different.
different
Hey, different show.
show?
Different show.
Different.
And then you're like, I could probably get another one, man. I'm like, no. I don't even want the glass. I want no glass and different spelled with only one E.
Oh God.
Badly.
I mean,
badly.
that
This
is-
is how I want this frame forever.
That's
I'm not interested in any corrections
Got it.
at all.
Extremely memorable.
It is perfect, man. It is perfectly imperfect. We roll on with the final edition or the Shiva of the Parkins and Spiegel show on The Score.
Here's a classic Parkins and Spiegel moment on The Score.
Cubs relief pitcher Daniel Norris. How do you feel about the title, Baseball's Most Fascinating Man?
It seems pretty inaccurate.
You don't find yourself particularly fascinating? We do, Daniel.
No, I think I'm just a normal dude.
Okay. Well, then why? How'd the writer get it so wrong with that headline?
I don't know. I guess you'd have to ask him. I don't know if I've met him or not.
Do you like the movie Point Break by any chance?
The old one or the new one?
I prefer the old one myself.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly like them both, but yeah, they're that's a fun movie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just figured I was trying to find something to bond with you on over surfing, and Bodie's always searching for the perfect wave. Do you think he survived the wave at the end of the movie?
No, because he went leashless.
I don't know anybody who's coming on the show today.
We got guests coming on
but
all the afternoon.
Here's someone that you can relate to. This would be my old partner from Kansas City, Carrington Harrison. So he knows what life is like after I leave. I imagine much less stressful and better. Carrington, how are you, sir?
I'm Parkins, man. I appreciate you. Spiegel, I know everybody's congratulating Danny, and I'm happy for Danny, too, and I'm sure at some point we'll talk about this. Spiegel, I want to tell you that my life has never been better since Danny left. Think about how many Super Bowls I've seen since Danny has left.
Yes!
I make way more money than I made whenever Danny was here. My life is infinitely better in Kansas City than when Danny was here.
I get it.
That is just the kind of reframing I needed today.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're going to cover good teams that are going to win, and you're needed even more than you already had been. That's amazing.
That is incredible.
I mean, Spiegel, just think about it. I mean, when Danny left, the Chiefs spent a first-round pick on a quarterback. He turned out to be super Aaron Rodgers. You just used a first-round pick on a quarterback who looks like he could be Aaron Rodgers. Like, you have to see the parallels in our situation here. Like,
100%.
This is going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. Think about how Danny has just brought you down with his negativity and just overall bad energy over the course of the last 7 years.
Yeah.
Think about it. You were sending him clear to the other side of the country to get away from it. This is the best thing that ever happened to you. I'm telling you.
He keeps failing up, Carrington. I mean, I don't know, man. Like you and me are the ones who deserve the big bump here on the way out the door, don't you think?
This is the thing. I'm sure that Danny has talked about athletes not showing loyalty. Like at some point, he has had some LeBron take about how LeBron keeps changing teams. Danny has played for 5 different teams.
I always negotiate the shortest contract possible so I can get back to the negotiating table, baby.
You're chasing Octavio Dotel's record. That's a baseball reference, Danny.
Thank you.
By the way.
Thank you very much. Man, Carrington, love you, man. And thank you so much for calling in.
Carrington, one genuine question, as long as we're giving Danny a little love here. I genuinely have learned myself some better interviewing technique by working with this guy year after year after year. Tell us something you learned from working with Danny.
I mean, I tell people this all the time. Like, I would consider Nick to be my mentor, but the person that taught me how to do radio was Danny. Just being around him every single day, seeing how Danny prepares for the show, seeing how Danny thinks, and just being able to kind of have that person like iron sharpens iron. So a lot of my success, if you like me in any way, a lot of the things that you hear from me, I learned from Danny. So I have nothing but respect for him. It was cool to read the article in the Chicago Sun-Times yesterday that really saluted and highlighted the hard work that Danny has put in to get to this point. I mean, the last conversation we had in Kansas City before he took the job was I told him to go kill it. And the fact that he did and now he's getting this new opportunity is just really cool to see.
That's beautiful. I just want to say that all the stuff that you say you learned from him, I already knew all that stuff. I already had that. So thanks for sharing.
That's
but,
the Kansas City and Chicago difference. He's also a lot younger than you.
Oh, right, it's true.
He's also a lot younger.
Thanks for pointing that out.
See you, C-Dot.
See you, Carrington.
I appreciate you guys.
See you, man. Isn't he on the air? What's going on?
Royals Day game.
Royals. Oh, baseball. Right. Sorry.
Royals Day game.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking about that.
He's represented in something that I wrote earlier today. But yeah, you'll find it. Yeah, you'll
people
find
should
it
read what you wrote on the website.
Oh yeah,
it was beautiful.
I meant something else. It's still coming. There's something else. It's still coming.
God.
It never ends. It never ends.
Unbelievable.
By the way, so I wanted to play categories, like a final Danny Parkins version of categories here. So I had some thoughts. I was going to do Syracuse broadcasting alums,
Sure.
but that's endless and annoying to everybody involved. I was going to do the 25 Bears ahead of Darnell Mooney in career receiving yards. Didn't do that. 25.
That's pretty good. That would have been a pretty good category.
I know. It's good shot, though. Good chance.
Yeah, Johnny Morris.
I thought about doing forms of cancer, but that felt felt wrong.
Yeah, that would have been pretty on brand for you.
Yeah. Sure.
If you wanted to represent the theme of the show, you losing that through a filter would have accurately represented.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Can you imagine if I actually did that? Thank God I didn't. Members of the 2015 Royals, I thought I was going to do because he knows that team. You know?
Yeah.
Might not know some Cubs.
That team was good for my career.
He knows that team. But I settled on this one. So I'm going to throw this out. Shane and Tanny, you can play along. Danny, you, of course, can play along. And the listeners can play along. Feel free to text in, okay? Home incidents at the new house that became segments.
Oh.
Home incidents at the house on the North Shore that ended up being segments on this radio show.
A shower with way too much water pressure.
Got it. Shower head explodes. Got it. Tanny, would you like to go?
There was a flood. There was a lot of water at some point from the ceiling.
I wet bandaged my own house.
Yes,
I left the sink running.
That was the sink, yes.
Yeah, the sink. That
okay.
Was, I mean,
that's one of 3 plumbing ones I have on the list, by the way. The shower head exploding, the sink. How about replacing the P-trap? You remember that one?
Replacing the P-trap. How about Shane and Tanny assembling furniture?
That's the first one. Tanny and Shane moving you in and assembling your furniture is number 1 on my list.
Car stuck in snow.
Car stuck in snow. Marta to the rescue. That's exactly right. Tanny, you got any more? Home incidents. Well, we can get back to it.
We're pausing it because it sounds like that's Moby Ditka's music.
We're going to do this all show. We're going to intersperse this stuff all show.
Danny.
What up, Groats?
Mark Grody.
What's happening, fellas? This is got to be... Now, I'm thinking off the top of my head, this is probably the most emotional day since the Bubba Shiva, I would say. Yeah.
It was an honor to share that with you. Yeah, broadcasting the day I found out that my grandma died, telling you and you calling her Bubba and just keeping it moving. Yeah.
You're like condescending. It's Bubby, Mark. It's Bubba.
It's been kind of a devastating day for me with Bubba and then the bird. So
Bubby. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, if I'm going to work the day she died, you could have at least pronounced her name right.
Yeah, I suppose, but that was one of the weirdest things that you've ever done, is work on the day that your grandma died and then parenthetically mention it throughout the show. It's like it goes back to the early days of the in-person. Yeah, the Cubs win, the White Sox. All right, yeah, Bubba died. But anyway. What?
Yeah.
Bubby.
Yeah, that was an odd one by me. Good point. Yeah. Oh God.
Hey, Mark, I gotta say, I want to compliment you on your very first tease of the idea of Danny leaving last week. It was exquisitely done when you said, You gonna be featured on a
a
television show?
You want to do a TV show?
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, this is my job. You know, if there's one thing I can do at the Score, is instigate stuff.
Yeah,
and I felt like I had to.
Yeah, that was crafty. That was crafty. Then the next day when you said you're gonna miss this, that's a little too on the nose. Just so you know, that was a little bit too on the nose. And then the next day when you said they don't have this kind of stuff in New York, that was just that was on the nose and revealing more than he's legally allowed to reveal. So it's quite a progression for you.
I
last
still
week.
haven't confirmed that. Yeah, thank you very much.
The emotions run high because what people should know is that I was actually Danny Parkins's first afternoon drive co-host. Was I not? Because Dan McNeil had a gout problem or something. I don't remember what was going on. Was it he had
he lost his vocal cords?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, Grody, you are you're the fifth member of the mob, right? Like you've filled in the most. You get the bits. You hit the vibe. You know the audience. You. Wani, you got integral parts of this show, man. So it's been an honor and a privilege, even if you're really slow on the golf course.
Yeah, no, it's been an absolute blast, and I said from the beginning that you and I started working together, that I always appreciated and did not take it for granted that you would say, hey, Speegs is not here. I'd love to have you working with me. So I appreciate that, man. And it was always, it's been a blast working with you from the very beginning. I was one of the few people, Danny, who liked you from the very beginning.
That's true. No, I know.
I'm not on that list.
I know. Yeah. I don't know who else is on it. It might be a list of one or two.
Yeah.
You and Mitch.
Right, because you couldn't mess with my life. I'm just running around doing Cubs, Bears, or updates. So, hey, what's going on? Oh, new guy. Hey, Danny, how's it going?
Yeah, you're very kind.
That's what it is. It's the messing with people's lives defensiveness that kicked in. You're exactly right, Krutz. And we all eventually matured, most of us.
Yes, kind of, in our own little ways.
All right.
Okay. Is that it? Is that it, Danny?
Well, Shane's giving me the break signal.
Good.
I don't know what's all planned here, buddy. I'm sorry.
Good.
It's not me.
It's
I
good.
would talk to you forever.
Yo, you and I got 5 hours on the overnight, so this doesn't have to be goodbye. We'll talk soon. Have a great rest of your final show, Danny.
Thank you, my friend.
You got it, buddy.
Thank you. That is Moby Ditka, Mark Grody. More of the Parkins and Spiegel show, Shiva, including some excellent reminders on the text line of home fails. Parkins and Spiegel on the Score.
Here's another classic moment from the Parkins and Spiegel show.
He's hilarious. Our new senior sports correspondent, Flula Borg.
I wish you were there during my Tinder dates, because this is not the feedback I'm receiving.
Does the Third Reich come up at all at those moments when Tinder is an issue for you?
Every German history thing, of course, it's number one. They're like, were you a member of the Third Reich? And I said, listen, look at me. Yes, my skin is good. I have exfoliated. But look, I'm not 92. What's going on, people? Please. Wikipedia, guys.
It's fair.
That's what you asked, Speegs? That's you went why?
I'm uncomfortable. You know, my Jewish ancestors. And it's not Flula's fault. It's just part of you being you and us being us. You know.
Yeah, I get it. Listen, I get it.
Flula, our audience loves you.
Thank you very much, guys. Go Bulls, go Bears, go Socky Doggies, and Black Hawks, everyone.
I'm sorry I asked him about the Holocaust. I agree. That was that? I couldn't get it out of my head, Danny.
Your team is like how do you say that? A heated mess. You know, a mess where heat is applied to it. So what once was a little messy is now even messier.
Scoreboard update.
Well, put Chris on for a minute.
From the Matt Rodewald Memorial Update Studio,
hi, Chris.
I'm Chris Ranji, and this scoreboard update is brought to you by George Offman and Mark Vasco and Joe Bartosh and Matt Abatacola and Mike Esposito and Jordan Burnfield and the legacy of every update anchor that Danny Parkins had murdered. Fortunately for me, I got out just in time before he brought his axe into town, and then he decided he could no longer share any more of his precious airtime with the anchors. To hell with your scores on the fours. That's what he said. And then management They were afraid and said, yes, sir, Mr. Parkins, sir. Right away, sir. We'll take care of this. Z-Pack, you're fired. I have no doubt that I would still be thriving in my beloved city had this black cloud not rolled in from Kansas City. But the good news is, like all storms, this one also moves east, and now we can all open the windows again. Danny, congratulations on your new show at VH1. I cannot wait for the reboot of Hogan Knows Best.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Partly accurate. Yeah, that's amazing. Part of my reputation here is that I killed updates.
Well, there's a live read.
Yeah, you got an hour.
This hour is brought to you by Cars for Kids.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, sorry.
You'll get it soon.
You're listening
My
to
bad.
the
My bad,
Parkins
guys.
and Spiegel Shiva.
Need a rest.
The final
Oh my God,
Parkins
there's
and
another
Spiegel show on 670 The Score.
There's a few exceptions to what you're saying, but for the most part, you're 100% right.
Seeing Jordan win his first title after his dad had been killed with my dad.
Hanging out, Shane and Tanny. Hope you're staying warm and inside from the snow. Shane, your weather
Yeah, I mean,
report, by
we're
the way.
working the radio show, so we are 100% inside and warm from the snow.
The Spiegs, when you were on vacation with Mike North.
I missed that one.
The schedule is going to get tougher, and over 162, the cream rises to the crop, and
Things are oftentimes in conflict with each other, and you finally get that bridge gapped.
You want to beat the table for Matt Eberflus, Luke Getzey, and Justin Field? Oh, okay.
Black Widow, so it's a spider more than it is a snake.
I do not believe we've given away our Vampire Weekend tickets, so have the contest line ready when you hear that famous guitar riff.
So you know, you give a mouse a cookie, you want a glass of milk.
All things wouldn't end unless they end poorly.
Caesar Rodriguez.
Max Rustaford.
He was linked in the Mueller report.
Is it just butter and milk?
Was there a way that you could kind of split the apple?
Is it time for one of those frozen margarita pitchers? What do you think?
It's pretty darn close.
Little hair on the dog.
Oh.
You seem to be throwing a little bit of a cold towel on this sort of thing.
My teacher ate my homework.
You'll be feeling a very different tune. Glad Handle, big sponsors.
Those guys moved the baton.
Did you ever pass along our music songs? And it takes two to tango.
When did the light click for you?
Tarot cards or tarot cards?
Tarot.
Tarot cards. Tarot.
Finishing plays, like they say to the shadow of the whistle.
You know what a pheasant is?
It's a rodent.
He's our white buffalo. We haven't been able to get him.
Where can people find these moral mushrooms? Bombs away, the cats will play. Whatever that expression is. What is that expression?
The guy is burned literally every bridge he's walked across.
This is the proverbial make lemonade out of lemons situation. And Tony La Russa doesn't have a lot of legs to stand on if he's judging you morally. Beyond the pale.
Lawrence isn't going to let us off the hook in that one.
Yeah.
It's just the burden we're going to have to wear.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy? Have a good day. All right.
Fight Club. R.I.P. Louis Anderson.
Oh, people were like, "Are you going to cry?"
Wait.
We can erase it from the FCC.
I'm 37 years old, well-educated.
Sorry. I had to step on one more piece of production.
I mean,
Danny.
that's remarkable.
Yeah, for all these years, I wonder, does he actually hear the produced imaging coming out of the radio here? Now we know he doesn't.
Can I just say, Tanny, how exquisite this was that bit of production was started with him forgetting he had a live read and just like leaving 6-7 seconds of dead air there until the music stopped, and then at the end of it he stepped on it. I mean, that's just that piece of production. That is chef's kiss stuff.
Yeah.
That's why it's a very different show, completely different
Different show.
Different show.
Oh man, that is mortifying, and thankfully the ink is already dry and signed on the new contract, so they can't rethink any of their decisions.
God, for someone so smart, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like the dumbest smart guy.
Yeah.
The dumbest smart guy.
Incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
It's
There are even a few in there that I heard that I was like, I nailed it. I don't know why Tanny's including that.
What? Takes two to tangle.
You do make lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Yeah, but that's not the expression. It's life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Okay,
Right.
You know what I meant.
Right, but it's like it's bad. Like if you don't use the sugar, then the lemonade is really bad with just the lemons.
I'm just saying, you do need lemons to make lemonade.
That's true.
It's true.
Okay, yeah.
And Tony La Russa doesn't have a lot of legs to stand on.
But he does have two.
Yeah, he has two.
Tables have more legs to stand on.
Yeah. All right.
And what else?
Those are the only ones that I really wanted to defend.
Beat the table. You're beating the table in there.
It's the table's fault.
Uh-huh.
I was mad at the table.
Bad
table.
A burden to wear is also one that I had forgotten about.
There were many that I had forgotten about or just erased from the
about
FCC of my brain.
returning?
Oh, Chris Rogers. That's the final sports update.
That's
right there.
the final update.
That's why Danny killed updates.
It was really
because that was Ranji's last one.
He sent me a nice text congratulating me, and then he stabs me in the back with that piece of production. That is so spectacular.
And we send you out with a malaprop on the. It's not really a malaprop.
It's just a misspelling on the picture frame that you had engraved. Different.
But it's still perfect.
It's really perfect. It truly is. This is Shane, again, you and I don't really know what's coming, but Shane said we will have some time for a few calls. We want to have the mob included here. So we got time this hour, 312-644-6767, 312-644-6767. So Shane's going to have to open up those phone lines over there so that we can get people.
Yeah, a few minutes, I'll open them up.
Okay,
All right, cool.
So open up. Yeah, so call in. Don't call right now. They're still locked. Call in a few minutes.
Guy says, well, what about the radiothon because he hates Matt Spiegel? I mean, we've done that.
Yeah, we've done it. Yeah, no, that could have been there.
Some things might be on the way at 4.
Oh, how about it?
Oh, the
How
Goodfellas
about it?
treatment coming up at 4 o'clock
4
today.
o'clock is the Goodfellas treatment for Danny Parkins, and I'm told it's 47 minutes long. 47 minutes long.
That seems about right. Oh, my God. This person didn't need to take time out of their busy day as an A-lister to come on the show.
But I'm here, man, because I like to be here.
You're contractually obligated to be here.
Oh, my bad.
But don't say anything offensive because our favorite German correspondent, Flula Borg, is with us on the final Parkins and Spiegel show. Actually, it's a Shiva. We're calling it the Parkins and Spiegel show. Shiva, Flula, how are you?
Hello, Matt. How are you guys?
We're good.
We're
Flula.
good. How are you?
Oh, I'm so wonderful. Listen, I know this is an exciting time, and Danny, I think maybe I should say it for you. So I know you are leaving, and the replacement is Buddly Boodly Boop. It's me.
Let's go, Flula.
You're ready to talk Chicago sports 4 hours a day?
All days long. Kobe White, Mike Ditka, Tim Floyd. I'm ready.
Honestly, you'd be very popular.
Yeah, we could probably get Judd Bushla to do a weekly, Flula, if you're in.
Let's get a former beach volleyball player and bench warmer to join us. I love this.
That would be perfect. I feel so special. I can't imagine you go on many sports radio shows with any degree of regularity.
You know that it is my dream to be hosting a sports show in Chicago so I can have all those Chicago-style dogs and co-host with a man whose last name is Mira. That's right, Matt.
Yes, you're exactly correct, Flula.
Wow.
Yeah, we would have delicious hot dogs together. That's for sure. We thought of you. We thought of you during Olympic basketball because you're such a basketball fan. Did you like seeing the world play? And Germany was pretty good. Not good enough, but pretty good.
Well, listen, we can't win. Look, we won the World Cup of basketball. I know that sounds like a joke, but we really did do it. And that's plenty of winning for Germany for the next 20 years. Thank you very much.
That's all you needed. Okay, good. That's great.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Oh, I'm thrilled. You guys, well, that was a real biting of nails. I cannot believe you guys pulled this off. It's amazing.
We did bite the nails. I regret to ask this question, but I think I have to. Flula, have you ever been to a Shiva before? Yes.
That sounds like the scene in the movie where they stab with a knife. Is that what that is?
No, it's a Jewish funeral. I didn't know if you'd been to a few million of those or anything like that.
No, I've been to a Jewish wedding, never a funeral. I'm not like Hugh Grant. I've only been to one wedding and 0 funerals.
Flula Borg, you're one of our all-time favorites. Thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much, guys. Great to speak with you. Have fun.
Thank you. That's Flula
he's
Borg.
The best. He's the best.
Man, is that great.
Yeah. I had to ask if you'd been to a few.
Yeah,
million
no,
Shivas
a few
here.
million Shivas.
Just got to stay on brand.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was smart. That was a crafty way to get it in there.
So last night, Tanny and I got a very, very sweet text message from one of our favorite people, and this person tends to go on a little bit long. So we asked him to pre-record something, and he took the time at his hotel last night to pre-record a message for the show.
Danny, congratulations. It's John Morosi. And congratulations to Speegs and to Tanny and to Shane as well. You guys have done extraordinary work together, and I want to share a quick story. It was the day that I was coming in to studio a couple summers ago with you guys, and I was riding in an Uber, and the Uber driver, not knowing what I was doing in Chicago, just started talking about radio and what he was listening to, and he talked about your show. And he talked about how much he enjoyed your show because of how much he learned, how much he enjoyed the different personalities that you bring in. And then he finally got around to asking me what I was doing downtown. And I said, well, I'm going to go in studio with Parkins and Spiegel. And he almost startled, drove off nearly I-94. And that reaction, everything was safe, by the way, just to be clear on that. But that reaction, I think, said so much about why your show is special and why all of you are special. And you share so much of yourselves with great authenticity, great skill in broadcasting, tremendous discussions and debates. And we always feel like when I listen to your show that I'm learning something and then I'm dropping in on friends having a conversation. And that's the magic of what you do. And obviously I'm very fortunate that I'm able to drop in on different conversations around the country in radio. And I'm just telling you guys, there is no show like yours. And I just want to congratulate all of you on the amazing work that you've done. I know there's going to be great success for all of you in what's next. And certainly, Danny, excited to see you have this national platform that you so richly deserve. So I just want to say thanks again to all of you guys for indulging my occasionally random Blackhawks prospect takes and Big Ten football thoughts and my demonstrated inability to accurately track aircraft during MLB free agency. We've had a lot of laughs together, and that's going to continue because friendship always continues. So all the best to you guys. Love you guys, and have a great week.
That's John Morosi, ladies and gentlemen. That was beautiful.
That's a beautiful
and
guy.
that's also excellent producing. I mean, you book that guy live, you're not going to be able to contain that to 2 minutes.
No.
It's going to be very, very long.
I think they could have edited that a little bit.
Oh, wow. Well, it's always a
when
note.
he was texting last night, he's like, I have a shorter one. Let me know if you want a shorter one. John, it's 2.5 minutes. We're good, brother.
Oh,
He's a lovely guy. A lovely man.
All right, lines open, 312-644-6767. Want to talk to some mob members?
Absolutely.
A few mob members. Got to get the audience involved on the Parkins and Spiegel show, Shiva. We will, of course, have the Cubs for a Cure Radiothon tomorrow. So I'm not quite done, but this is the last, real show here. Perfect way to start. Ashley, our producer for a day. She's been at she was in the bleachers. She won the suite experience with us recently. One of the most loyal listeners of the show.
And
Hello.
her dad is awesome.
Yes. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Hey, guys. Sorry that you're going, Danny, but I'm excited for you for sure. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, you guys have the best chemistry that I've heard on any of these shows on the station. Yeah, so just wishing you the best. And you guys, the show has been amazing for me. Anytime I'm stressed, I listen to it and get through everything. But yeah, best of luck for you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ashley.
Thank
you, Leslie.
Yeah. Yes. Ashley Leslie. That's perfect.
Was Wani one drink in? Maybe only one.
Half listening. Half listening is really what it was.
It's our guy.
Oh, it sure is. Loyal mob member here, Ryan Seacrest. What up, Ryan?
How we doing, Danny? I'm going to try not to get emotional. I know it sounds silly. I was thinking about this a couple months before the news. The show has been such a companion to me. Joy, laughter, kind of going through everything with you guys. In the job that I currently have, I'm not able to listen during the day, but I get home, I put on the Twitch Rewind. The mob community and Twitch has been really special for myself and a lot of other people And I'm just really, really happy for you. I'm sad that, we have to close a chapter on this. But, thank you for everything. And I'd like to sign off with something that I always say. Imagine not liking this show. Thank you so much.
Man, thank you.
Hey, Ryan, thank you.
Mob, M-O-B.
Man. These people, dude, these people being a part of our lives every day and us being a part of them, it's the real deal. We all want connection in the world. And the fact that we have it with these folks is very special.
Ashley's dad is now on the line. Go ahead, Ashley's dad, Scott.
Hey, how are you guys?
What's up, Scott?
Did she hand the phone to you, or did you both dial sitting next to each other?
They dialed separately. That was line 1 and line 3.
Incredible.
Danny, congratulations on this next venture and everything. Matt, Shane, Tanny, you guys will, I'm sure Mitch will hook you up and everything for replacement for Danny. And I got a text from Ashley yesterday, and on the message, and this was about what might be happening here and everything, and she Ashley said, Yoko is breaking up the band. I'm just trying to figure out who Yoko is.
Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah, not my wife.
Yeah.
She's very sad to leave, but excited about the opportunity. But thank you, Scott, very much. We appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Actually, Skip Bayless with the odyssey, to leave his job and leave a network in shambles.
Doug in Evergreen Park on the score. What up, Doug?
Doug.
Hi, guys. It was great to see you at the Wall last week. I'm glad I got to be part of a small part, at least in the stands at the Wall, to see the final remote. I am super bummed, Danny. I'm really going to miss you. As Ryan noted, these afternoon shows, God, they really help a lot of us get through, the monotony of life, I guess I should say. So once again, one of my favorite afternoon shows that involves a Dan or a Danny is going away abruptly for the 5th time, I think.
Wow.
4th time. But I just love you guys so much. I know the 3 guys, you guys, Shane, Tanny, Speaks, you'll carry on. But, yeah, I'm really bummed, but I'm super happy for you. You've earned it. And I love you guys, man. I'll be following. So thank you.
Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you.
It's a long-time guy right there. Doug in Evergreen Park is the one who invented the McNeil and Spiegel Iron Man Award, which we have then co-opted for every show since.
Yeah.
That doesn't have a good Iron Man streak. He brought in the certificate for the Iron Man Award. It's a long-time guy.
Normal Thom, a mob member. What up, Tom?
Hey, Danny, I can't reiterate enough what everybody else has said. I'm going to miss you a lot. I truly am. But I mainly called to say from the town hall meeting, you won, damn it. You were right. I may have been wrong.
Yes! Thank you.
Dump him.
Thank you. Actually, I wanted to do this today. I promise you and thank you.
What's that? You wanted to dunk on an argument on your final day?
No. Listen, the Bears are relevant because of Caleb. We'll be talking Caleb on the national show.
Yeah, it's not an insignificant part of why you get the job.
It not insignificant. I mean, I did hits on Coward. Talking only Bears.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? It's at least a piece of it. I don't know what the percentage is. It's at least a piece of it. But I will say this. The first Caleb topic on the first show, Mob's getting a shout out. What's 3 references? I'm thinking Guwagi, Mob. What should be? We got to work things into that first take.
I like it.
There will be shout outs in that first Caleb take to this show.
That's maybe just like an apology to us for leaving everything in limbo.
Okay,
right ahead of football season.
Sure,
I think
good.
that'd be good.
That'd be a little
a good reference.
More on the nose.
Tanny, is there anything else?
That was what the lunch today was about.
Yeah. Maybe a declaration of a portion of the salary going back to all of us. That kind of thing. Something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
just a thought.
That's a thought.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have some different thoughts.
Different thoughts are good.
Yeah. Better thoughts than that.
Sure.
Dino in Mount Greenwood.
Dino,
what up, Dino?
Where you been?
Hi.
Danny Parkins, I just wanted to call to say to chase that TV waterfall and keep chasing those TV waterfalls. The rivers and streams of AM radio will always be there for you if they still exist. And I want to say John Greenberg stole this from me because I said this yesterday, but now that the Parkins mush is leaving, maybe one of these teams in Chicago will actually do something. I believe shortly after, I don't know the timeline, but shortly after Parkins signed his new agreement, I think it was like with Sky Sports or something like that, whatever. The White Sox had their first Monday win, their first double-digit win, and over the New York Yankees, no less. Good luck with everything, with everything going forward. Danny, we're all proud of you. Make us proud. Thanks.
Oh, man. Thank you, Dino. Man, all right. We are going to keep this thing moving. That was amazing. Thank you to all the mob members for continuing to support. And maybe I'll see you sign MOB to a YouTube comment on a clip or something on the new show so that I know you're still out there and following a little bit. I know you'll be loyal to the show in the afternoon and to Speegs and Tanny and Shane, and you should be. But maybe if you see a clip come across or something, let me know that the mob's still out there. Parkins and Spiegel on The Score.
Here's another classic moment from the Parkins and Spiegel Show.
Jack McDowell.
Here's the next thing that I laugh about, and I actually have talked to a lot of the old umpires and a lot of the new umpires about this stuff. Watch the news today. Oh, they're telling us, watch out because Russia's going to get into our technology and try to mess with our stuff. Wait a minute. They can get into our technology from Russia? Well, you don't think that the front office can get into the technology that's running the strike zone at the home stadium?
Oh, this is fun.
I had never thought of that.
I had never considered this either, that like another front office would override the robot
the
umps.
umpire.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And it wouldn't be every pitch. It would be, okay, bases loaded. You know, we got to get this pitch right here. Strike, quick. You know, technology. It's ruining our kids' lives. It's ruining our sports. It's ruining our countries all around the world. It's crazy.
Do you have a smartphone?
I'm on it right now, dude. So I'm sure that you know, hey, maybe Putin's listening to us. You never know.
It's not that interesting. I mean, it's good, but it's not that.
I don't know if Rob Manfred likes baseball. Jack?
I don't know what's going on with any of it.
Matt Miller, longtime friend of The Score. He's Mel Kiper's heir apparent.
Big bodies who are supposed to be guys. He seems to have what I like to call guwagi, where you go up and get it. It's a mix of the catch radius and the jumping ability and high pointing the ball. By the way, Matt, I've been trying to make guwagi happen as a scouting attribute.
Work on that. Yeah, I'm going to get that in.
Like 7 or 8 years. So
if you spell that.
Guagi, go up and get it.
I'm going to say that tomorrow on TV.
Oh, my God.
Will you?
Oh, my God.
Guwagi.
It's Parkins and Spiegel mob, guwagi mob, which even predates Parkins and Spiegel. Oh, my God.
How about tight ends? We've seen a great tight end class. I think there's still a ton of meat on the bone when it comes to that position in this class. Jared Wiley, 6'6", 250 pounds, a former quarterback who transferred from Texas. You guys heard of guwagi? Go up and get it, guy. This is my go up and get it, guy.
No, I
it's
know.
one of the greater moments of my life.
Matt, we're thrilled for your success, man, and thank you for making so much time for us.
Yeah, you know, I just went up and got it in my career. So
you sure do. At NFL Draft Scout on Twitter.
I might cry.
You guys heard of guwagi? Go up and get it, guy.
So, I think it's time to play the game.
We're playing the game?
Yes, we're playing the game.
Do we have to play the game?
What's the game?
All right, what do you got?
All right.
What do you got here?
So the category has been and will continue to be home incidents at the new Parkins house on the North Shore that ended up as segments on the radio show. Home incidents. So far we have Tanny and Shane helping you move in. We have the shower head exploding. We have a sink overflow. We have replacing the pee trap. We have the car trapped in the snow with Marta to the rescue. Is there another home incident that you'd like to offer?
Well, I just want to reiterate one more time to Danny, like as he moves, the pee trap is not where the toilet stores the pee. It's like in the sink. So just like don't think that that's it.
That's good.
All the pee goes away.
That's good. That's good.
What's another one? I mean, I think we encouraged you to put a fence around your pool so your infant son doesn't fall in.
It's on the list.
We might have done that.
That's absolutely correct. The fence around the pool, even though Owen has a healthy respect for the water.
How about when my dad called in and helped you get back at neighbors?
The war with the neighbor. Patio over the property line. Shane's dad calls in with advice. Absolutely.
How about the drama of the the train for Christmas present.
The train table. The
Train table.
Owens Train
Yeah.
Table Assembly is one of our 2 Owen toy assembly topics.
The other one then is the remote, not the remote control car, but the car that Owen could ride in.
The Owen toy car assembly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I didn't do that either.
7 hours that I then ended up paying someone, outsourced it, and he did it in 55 minutes.
Yep. Okay, here's another one. Very tiny field mouse caught on the stovetop that he had no idea how to get rid of.
There's a mouse in the oven. What am I gonna do? There's a mouse in the oven. What am I gonna do? Exactly. The mice in the oven is there.
Did you wash that down with a glass of milk, by the way?
Don't give him a cookie.
That's what you do. Yeah.
Don't do it. I have 3 more.
Christmas lights?
The Christmas lights fiasco,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely.
Did you end up taking them down? Because I know you're going to move at some point.
Yeah.
Like, to the new people,
I took them down.
them up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the closet doors sitting against the wall forever?
Yeah.
Forever.
I forgot about that.
That's a good one.
That happened.
And the last one that I had on the list, 1 pound of shrimp for for about
the party.
50 people at a party, something like
I'd love
that.
to go for the win here, but I don't remember how much of it is on air versus off air. But
Yes.
property line issue? Question mark.
We had it, right? I think that was the patio.
That was the deck going over the property line, but we'd love to talk more about it. I'm glad you stopped right there.
Also,
thanks.
This is just random. Chef in Springfield had texted in. My favorite Danny fail was him being so proud of telling Owen the sky was blue because the sun reflects the ocean.
Yep. God, the guy's just brilliant. Regular Neil deGrasse Tyson.
All right.
I got one more, I think.
Okay, good.
I don't know if this one was ever resolved. I think Danny swept this under the rug and we never went back to it. But did you ever move the lock from inside of Owen's bedroom to the outside?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. So like, there was plenty of chance that Owen could lock himself in his room.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Glad you're moving. Those poor kids.
All right. One more category, and listeners
Not so poor.
can text in here. This is a nod to Shane. Shane's booking instincts as a very unique profile of an executive producer, as I wrote about on the thing on the Score website today, have really brought us the intriguing everyman. A lot of times, just like somebody who's in the news or the sports news, and we're like, we should get that person. And 10 minutes later, they are on the show, or an hour later, they are on the show.
So you're thinking of unique Shane bookings?
Unique Shane bookings that maybe came up in conversation, and then boom, there they were on the show. I will start with Eddie from the Rick Camp Super Bowl party.
That's a Tanny
My
thing.
neighbor, I was going to say, mi hermano, Eddie Gutierrez.
I mean, okay, all right. So
the dancing umpire, the Savannah Banana dancing umpire,
Savannah Bananas dancing umpire was a delightful one.
Designated Hitler.
all timer. All-timer.
You found the guy who said designated Hitler.
Yeah, in segment.
Oh, yeah.
I found him while we were doing this.
That was incredible.
That's tremendous.
The guy yelling at Tony La Russa to pinch run for Adam Engel.
He found the guy yelling at Tony La Russa.
Yeah.
The person that got us threatened to be sued in the Chicago Sun-Times?
Mike Clevenger.
Well, yeah, but the person you booked.
Oh, yeah. God, I don't even want to say his name.
We won't.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I mean, that was a guest booking on the fly. We didn't prep for that.
Yes.
We got threatened with a lawsuit in a newspaper.
Texter has one. Tristan Ebner's sister, ladies and gentlemen.
Tatiana.
Oh, Tatiana.
Yeah, we still talk.
How about Mike Lewis, the umpire? In easy booking, I know, but we did get Mike Lewis.
Fake Bono?
Fake Bono.
Fake Bono that sent me 10 minutes of personalized video from Nico Horner.
Dude, you found fake Bono. All of Chicago was buzzing about what they thought was Bono at Twin Anchors. It was fake Bono, and you found
what
him.
Was his last name, Penny? Pavel what? Do you remember?
Datsun. Danny, it's just you and me. We're the hockey guys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
How about Kane Guy? Didn't we have Kane Guy on the show?
Kane Hex guy.
Oh,
Kane Guy.
He's waving the cane at the White Sox
from the
game.
White Sox playoff.
Yeah, he got him.
Any number of ball player dads. Io's family.
Io's mom.
How many
Io's
members?
mom, Io's dad, Io's therapist.
Right. And then Ruby.
Oh, Ruby.
Liam Hendrick's tarot card reader, Ruby, became a regular on this show. Absolutely.
Can I double back to something real quick? Because I think there's a house problem that we don't know about that I just got a text from a Parkins family member.
Okay.
His sister Megan, the skunks don't make the North Shore house problems. Do we know about skunks?
when the old deck got
Omar.
demolished.
Omar?
Yeah, he sprayed Omar, but when the old deck got demolished, when we built the new deck that had the property line issue, 3 skunks walked out from under the old deck.
Well, you just tore down their home. What is this? Is this an encampment in Humboldt Park?
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Two more texts of names. Tommy DeVito's agent.
Hell yeah.
Oh, he was the best.
They just wrote about him. I'm thinking of the New York Times or the Athletic. They just wrote.
How about the lawyer or the attorney that lied about a hearing that he had to go to? Who was that?
The 440 hearing for
the Bears defensive. What's his name?
Alan Williams' attorney.
Yeah,
Williams' attorney.
It's that guy Williams. Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes Sr.
No, Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, Pat Mahomes Sr. and Pat Mahomes Jr.
I mean, yeah.
You just always hear.
Incredible booking.
Right.
Incredible booking.
Really good.
Trump and Biden. Also, you've done a great job with them. The McDonald's worker who serves Ozzie Guillen every day.
I'll give that to Mitch. I'll give that to Mitch. That guy emailed the station and said he wanted to come on.
All right, good credit there.
Yeah.
Good
God.
credit too.
Whitey. Dave wants it.
I'll give that to Dave.
What about Big Dave, Whitey's partner in crime?
Yeah, good job.
I'll take that one.
Yeah, good job. Good
That's
job
a
with
good
that
one.
one. All right, and then the other character actors like Kim Coates. I mean, it was fun. It's a lot of random ones.
LeVar
like
Ball. That was a fun one.
Yeah?
I guess not on the fly.
No.
Though. Yeah, not on the fly.
But listen to that. Listen to all those on the fly guest appearances.
Yeah, very impressive.
And then the last category I had was just the top 10 websites you get when you Google Danny Parkins.
Oh,
Not any news sites, just the top 10 websites. And let me say, Greenberg's column is there because the New York Times swallowed up his pet website whole. Danny's IG, Danny's Instagram is there. Most recent post for Danny's Instagram, by the way, a goodbye announcement, a Cowherd guest shot, and 7 clips of him filling in for Cowherd.
Yeah, promotion, baby.
Yeah. The Score's YouTube page, Danny's Twitter page, with 67,000 followers for those who count.
Thank you.
The Awful Announcing Compendium, and your LinkedIn page comes up with Entercom listed.
Who uses LinkedIn? Honestly.
Is Barrett Sports Media not on there?
It is absolutely in the top 10.
Yeah,
100%. Barrett Sports Media with their never-ending content regarding the Parkinson Spiegel show.
It's so good.
All right.
It's been a good run.
Those are incredible.
Thank you for playing along.
That's really, really good.
Everybody.
That's
any number of ball player parents. Jack Sawinski's dad with the pink hammer.
These guys are giving me a pink hammer.
So many. Sean Stellato was the name.
Fichtner's wife. We put Lindsay Frost, not Fichtner, Giolito's mom.
Giolito's mom's wife.
I'm sorry. Giolito's mom, Lindsay Frost. That was a fun one.
Mm-hmm. Right?
I mean, look, Shane
Wait. Michael Kopech's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kopech's dad.
The lawyer.
Trevor Williams' dad.
Yeah.
We talked to.
That was a fun one.
We almost got Caleb's dad.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
I still text him.
For like 9 months, we've been working on Caleb's dad.
I'm working on it, Alan, for a while.
Yeah.
You really are investing the time.
He responds,
in that one.
man.
Yeah.
I want to be the show that gets him.
Let me know if you want Matt Mervis's dad again.
I
was able.
don't.
I was able to
Matt
book him.
Mervis.
That is a problem.
I mean, Mark Wahlberg on the fly in Vegas.
Tanny spotted him. I just handed him a mic.
Tanny spotted. That was a tandem effort. You guys both are producers.
Yes.
Obviously, Ice Cube, you're most famous on the fly.
That's a fun one.
Our friend who got shot but wouldn't die before he saw Justin Fields play.
Oh, Scott Morrow.
Scott Morrow.
Yeah.
That was a great, intriguing everyman. That's
He's
a great
P1.
call.
He's probably listening right
He's
now.
a good dude. He's a musician.
Rest in peace,
Just
Scott
wanted
Morrow.
to stay alive for Justin Fields, the quarterback.
Yeah. How'd that go, Scott? You should probably get shot again, brother.
Oh, man.
Just to renew it.
There it is.
Yeah, see,
There it
that's
is.
the thing. Shane will almost get you fired.
It's part of the profile.
It's compelling.
It's very unique.
It is.
You
unique.
tell me another executive producer that almost gets fired that much. Nobody.
No, it's
just been like 2 times.
Day's young. Day is
right.
young.
We got about an hour and 20 minutes left of the show. All right, boys. More greatest hits. I don't know the surprises that are still coming. I'm kind of enjoying not having any control of this show. Parkinson Spiegel on the Score.
Here's another classic moment from the Parkins and Spiegel Show.
We're talking to Jalen Johnson here, Parkinson Spiegel on the Score.
Just really of what the injury is, but I feel like the name of this game is winning, and I feel like we won. That sounds crazy to me almost. It's just like...
Jalen, do we need a battery replacement for that smoke detector? I'm hearing a beep in the background. Is that a smoke alarm?
Oh, I'm talking. I'm not even. Oh, I hear there it goes. Now, I don't know what. Now that you said it, I don't know what it is. I don't think I need a battery, but I might need to go get it checked.
I'm just saying, we've heard it a few times. We got some listers being like, "Uh-oh, got to be safe."
That's very consistent in this house for me. As you can tell, I didn't even hear it.
You're just living with it.
You got to get locked in. You've been living with that beep, Jalen.
Hey, I'm not. Hey, there's some things I need to fix. I've been focused on a lot of other things. That beep has not been one of them.
We're gonna send a courier up there with a 9-volt battery and a ladder. All right.
Oh, I appreciate it. I got both here, so I might just do it myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nah,
Wait a
that
minute.
can't be me.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
That was well timed. You were talking about it, and there it is.
I ain't no fool now. Y'all trying to get me.
No baseball on the last show, please. Mitch Rosen in studio for the Parkinson Spiegel Show, Shiva. Hi, Mitch.
Hi, Danny.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm a little sad.
Me too. Me too.
You know, everyone's having fun, and it's a fun day, and we're celebrating the show, not just Danny. And Shiva's a strong word. I mean, it's death in Jewish terms. But
for the record, one of the Irish guys came up with it.
yeah, it was
nice work. You know, I wrote down some notes, and you know, I could talk about radio and the great radio success this show and you have had. But here's what I wrote down that I think about. I think about you as a man, and you know how I've seen you progress over the time that I've known you. You know that you were working in Kansas City, and you reached out. I remember meeting you and your dad, the late Tom, outside the firehouse. You know, before a World Series game. That's the first time we met in person. And
yeah.
We started talking, and you came in the middle of the night. I told Les, take a week off. I don't want to take a week off. I go, Les, you're going to get paid, but I still want you to take a week off. And you did a week of overnights, and it was great. And at the time, we were not the same company. And I remember calling the CEO at the time of Intercom, Wheezy Kramer, who lives here in Chicago. And I said, hey, I like this kid in Kansas City. And I was hemming and hawing. And I know he's under contract. And I'd like to I couldn't even finish the word Chicago. And she goes, Mitch, you can have him. We'll let him out early. And then 2 weeks later, the two companies merged, CBS and Intercom. And, you know, I think about how you've grown. You know, you were just about to get married. And then over the years, you know, Owen and Eli were born, and then, you know, experiencing life. And this job, what brings me great joy rather than ratings and success is just seeing people grow as human beings and experiencing life. And you know, the unfortunate death of Brad at a young age, and your dad, Tom, before that, and getting to know him a little bit, and Brad, and just seeing you grow as a person. And, you know, that to me, that's what my job is all about. I've been here, you know, close to 20 years and been working with a lot of people in Spiegs, you know, being with you through your life experience, seeing Ruben and, you know, the lovely Christine, and getting to know you and your family and everybody else. But Danny, those are things that stick out at me. And then, you know, early on, like, can't do it, you know, standing by the dump button and waiting for other coworkers to call me after things would come up on the air, and my angst and spilkiness, Yiddish word for angst, over the years. But, you know, just growing to love you as a human being and not just, you know, someone that did a radio show every day. And the success of the show, you know, with Spiegs and Tanny and Shane, it's going to be a big loss for our listeners and for the people in the hallways. But, you know, as I said, I wrote an email to our staff. Our brand will survive over the years. You know, this brand was born in 1992, and a lot of different people, and when personalities leave over the years, oh my God, you know, will the score continue and survive? We will. I mean, you know, it hurts a little bit today and tomorrow, but I'm confident that we will bring a great personality in, and we'll put that personality in this day part, and I'll get emails and on social media, what are you doing? You should have picked this person. But at the end of the day, we'll survive. When we brought you in, like, who is this Perkins guy, as I wrote in the first email to announce your
that was kind. Yeah, that was kind of you to spell my name incorrectly. Yeah.
I heard something happen at lunch like that too.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just, thank you. And things you've done, the Radiothon. You came to me a couple of years ago. I've got this crazy idea during COVID. Let's take over the station for 24 hours. And there's a food desert in the Austin neighborhood. And I know this charity, and Sam Acho's involved, and it's By the Hands, and we could raise a lot of money. I go, what do you think? And you said, maybe $250,000. And the station, and you raised $720,000 in a pandemic in 24 hours. And tomorrow at 10 a.m., our goal is $1 million. And we've got some money in the bank, but the goal is $1 million. And I think our audience, with the help of everybody here, that, we can do it. So thank you. And again, the success on radio is great, but what I'm really most proud of to see you grow as a human being. And I'm just proud of you and excited for what's next. And we're going to miss you. And again, our intention is you to be involved in the station, the Radiothon, to continue. And thank you for everything.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you for taking a chance on a kid from Kansas City or from Chicago,
Right.
as all those initial Chicago guy, Danny Parkins, Chicago guy, Danny Parkins.
You got to tell people.
Yeah, no, I know. And listen, you've been a great boss and friend. So I appreciate you sincerely.
Thank you. And as a parting gift, this has been in my office. It expired in 2005, but a SCORE license plate for you to remember us. Where's the camera?
Wow. Oh, man.
SCORE 670. It, again, expired a little while ago.
That is an inspired regift on the way out the door for one of the kings of regifting.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you very much.
Can you put it on set wherever you're going?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, if we can put trinkets on set, I'd be happy to put it on set.
I mean, Dan Patrick does.
Yeah, I don't know what our set looks like, but I'd be happy to.
I think Tucker Carlson would be happy to put that on set with Danny.
Yeah. So Speaks handed over to Danny.
I sure will.
Thank you very much.
I know Tucker's
Mitch.
not at Fox anymore. I got that.
What network?
Thank you very much, Mitch. That is very kind. Oh, God.
That was amazing. I mean,
that really was.
The completest nature of the GOAT, Chris Tannehill, as the best sound man to ever work in radio. Yeah, that's right.
He is.
Above Fred Norris. That's right. I don't even know who else is there, frankly.
Well, I mean, Goff was an amazing guy.
Goff was great.
Goff was incredible. Ben Finfer was incredible.
Sure.
I think both of them would say that Tanny's the best to ever do it in this town.
I was pretty good. I had my moments.
Yeah.
Tanny destroys all of us. It's just the truth. That was remarkable. It's the rhythm of it. It's the pacing of it. Everything. It's like at the end of the Goodfellas, it was like rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat, right? like the machine gun.
Yeah,
really.
No, it wasn't just one shot to the back of the head.
No, you were obliterated.
Yeah, that would be a closed casket work. Yeah, you couldn't show that to the family members. They might not even be able to identify the body. That was.
I think that's him.
yeah, they would need to go for dental records.
Is he wearing a Caleb Williams 13 jersey?
Yeah.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah. That's the one.
That's the only way they'd recognize you.
Oh man. You get any joy out of that one, Tanny? How'd that one feel to put together?
I mean, I can't say there's been a lot of joy the past week or so. I think we're all a little just overloaded here, but you're done.
Yeah, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm gonna get an emotional moment out of you at the end of this show.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to us talking here a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, I don't know what we have the rest of this hour or whatever, but
still just a few more guests.
Oh, okay.
In this hour.
Yeah, I just So I'll do macro before, because I told Shane, I was like, the only thing I really want is a little bit of time to kind of address each of you, and then you guys could say whatever you wanted to me. So I think we're going to do that closer to the end of the hour. But just the show itself we complement each other really well. It's really well. I know that I was the guy who would want the plan and be a driving force behind the meetings at the beginning or whatever. But you can't tell me that Tanny's not a planner. The guy's thought of everything. He's so organized.
Big time.
Now his thing is I'll tee you guys up and then you guys go, and that's the lack of the plan for him. But that dude is prepping the show 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, the moment every topic that we could talk about, we are being set up for maximum success because of him. And then Shane's ability to I'm just going to throw a wrench into this, or I'm going to add to it with this guest or this idea or this angle or this thing that you definitely haven't thought of. It's just, that is, and the youth and the coolness, for lack of a better word. And then you and me, man, we are similar in some ways that matter, but different in enough ways where it still is interesting, and not just because you're old. But honestly, it's a kind of a crazy thing that the four of us have meshed professionally as well as we have, given the obvious differences in life background and all that, but also just kind of style of how we do it. it hasn't always been perfectly smooth, but we figured out a way to make it happen, man. And I love you guys. I really do. I really do.
Back at you, man.
And I can't even believe that the person who's listening now just heard me say all of that, because I don't. It's very embarrassing. Very embarrassing that I just said this in front of one of the toughest people that I've ever met. Oh my God, what up, Olin?
No, it's a big day. What's up, Danny, man? It's a big day. You guys are a great show. You guys do compliment each other. Everything you said is true there. And nothing is surprising about you moving up in this business. You're really good at it. I mean, even if you're, we're going to miss Matt Nagy super fan around here, obviously. I'll miss that. I'll miss the Matt Nagy conversation, but we're all going to miss you, man. I mean, you are as good as it gets your radar. I remember, guys, Danny popped into my gym one day about a month or two ago, and Big Cat and them are all sitting there, and everybody kind of knows how I run my gym, and Danny walks out, and they all look at me like, how the hell did this guy get in your gym, right? They're all looking at me like, what the hell was Danny Parkins doing in the gym today? And I looked at all of them, and I bluntly said this. I said, that man is extremely good at his job, really good, and there's no way you can respect him for how hard he works and what he does. So I'm not surprised at what you did. A little surprised that you guys are talking about the best sound guys in the business, and Spiegel threw himself in. Usually, the guy, usually somebody else will mention you, but that's okay. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, that's why it's kind of similar to when I talk about centers, Olin. Like there's you, and there's Dwight Stevenson, there's Dermontti Dawson, and the job that I did.
Now we have something in common. That's what I do too. I throw myself right in with those guys.
But you deserve it. That's the difference, man.
Man. Anyway, man, I appreciate you guys having me on. Parkins, we're gonna miss you, man. But I'm sure you'll be around, and we'll be listening to you and enjoying your career.
Man, Olin, thank you so much, man. Just earning your respect in any way professionally means a great deal. You've taught us a ton about football, and yeah, I was wrong about Matt Nagy and the Andy Reid tree, but
keep going.
I was wrong about a few other things. Justin Fields.
Is this the list?
But Caleb Williams. I'll see you at the Super Bowl parade. All right.
Yes, I'll be there.
I know you will. Thank you, Olin. Thank you so much, my friend.
Guys.
Thanks, Olin.
God, that guy is, to hear like Manley and Urlacher and those guys talk about him, like earning his respect was like a big thing for those guys. Not saying we're best friends or anything like that, but just that like I could text him and he would text me back, that he would do things philanthropically, that he let me come into his gym just to hang out for a little bit and just like watch him run his sessions with the offensive linemen in the offseason, knowing that I never said anything about that, but he could trust me, that we could hang in that environment, and I could see how he trains linemen. I was just curious about how it worked, and he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
That's really cool. I think, look, for a lot of us, some of us were athletes, some of us not athletes. When an athlete, and a tough one like that, talks about you walking into the gym and like saying to the other dudes, like, excuse me, no, we're good here. We're good here. This guy's good. Like, he's welcome here in my gym. That's like that's a level of social kind of acceptance and belonging that can resonate with a lot of people when they think about their lives.
Well, it was pretty cool because, it was like, so he said that Big Cat was there. There were a couple of other NFL linemen and then a UFC trainer. And like, so it's, 6 of like the baddest dudes on the planet.
Right.
And 6'1", 150 pounds, zigzag back, walking in there just to observe. And they are like very confused as to why I'm there.
Sure.
And then a couple of them knew me as like a media person.
And then you benched 175 like 15 times.
Well, as soon as Olin like gave any little vouch that it was cool, like they just kept busting my balls. We're like, so like, you in next? Are you in for the 2-minute spar? You're here for the grapple session. Like, so they just kept messing with me. I'm like, no, I'm just kind of hanging and observing, and he's doing this thing for charity.
How did the grapple with Big Cat go?
Right, exactly. Yeah. I know I didn't step into the ring, but it was, to know. Olin's, everyone knows what Olin is. He's the real deal. So that is very, very cool to hear him say that publicly and all that. That is amazing, man.
Yeah, man.
Could have had him come on a minute or two later so he didn't hear me getting all sappy about the show and the creative flow.
He knows it. He gets it.
All of those things.
Man, let me just say, let me echo you on the creative flow a little bit, because you remember like the first time we sat down at Miller's Pub and I was like, okay, look, there's this improv concept called Yes and, right? We talked about it that night as we were talking about stuff.
Yeah.
And it's it's a live improv thing that I think most of our listeners know of. Like, you say something and then the other person augments it. They don't deny it. They just acknowledge that that's true. And then you add a level to it. And just like you were talking about Shane adding a level,
yeah,
we all do this. If we're talking about something and Tanny can add a level and further it, we do. If there's a joke that furthers it and takes it to a different place, we are all open-mic'd to make it. And it's a ticket to collaboration. It is truly a ticket to beautiful and pure collaboration. There's a reason that improv is taught, to every age group and like every discipline these days. And I think this show and this 4-pack has achieved that better than just about any show in the history of this town. And I say that honestly, including Dahl and Meyer, including B&B with Jason Goff and Matt Batacola. I mean, like right up there with absolutely anything. And I'm super proud to have been a part of that with the four of us.
No, man, no question. I mean, people would say, when I came to afternoons, people were like, you're working with Tanny. He's the best sound guy. He's also like the funniest dude at the station. I'm like, then why isn't his mic open?
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean? I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
That is a razor sharp jab step as a comedy guy.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's been a hell of a run,
utilizing everybody.
And now there's this guy who's the most talented, smartest person I've ever worked with, and my best friend, Nick Wright. What up, buddy?
Wow. Hey, how are you? Is there anything going on in your life, buddy? I haven't been on social media lately.
Yeah. It's been a whirlwind, man. Thank you for talking me off the ceiling.
You're leaving the score?
Yeah, I'm leaving the score.
Nick, you're gonna love it.
Where are you going?
He and Laura Ingraham are taking over the night slot on Fox. I think it's gonna kill, man. Absolutely kill.
Well, that I know is not true. But I mean, this is the job when Danny and I met, which would have been the fall of 2005, so almost 20 years ago. All he talked about was some guy named Boers and how one day he was going to be like him, and by Danny's telling of it, make $700,000 a year doing radio in Chicago.
Yeah.
Now you're doing the show that he did. That was, I assume, adjust for inflation, got to be making over $1 million, and you're leaving? This is crazy. But I'm happy for you, buddy. I know, you and I need to talk off the air so I can get the better idea of what's happening. But what a moment. Wow, man.
Yeah, it is quite a moment. Leaving the dream job for something else is not what was in the cards. But yes, it's a pretty incredible opportunity. Obviously, you don't know what it is, but
Are you doing, hold on, are you going to do mornings in Houston? Because that's what I left my dream job for.
Yeah, that's where
Kansas City.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do morning radio in Houston. No, but I did promise you that I would bring Dan Patrick's Marconi with me. So that is coming.
By the way, the other day, Nick, I was doing the Sunday show and I reached over to move the Marconi and it jabbed me in the arm and drew blood. So it said Dan Patrick's Marconi has drawn Matt Spiegel's blood for the last time, my friend. Take it away.
Well, that's good to know. But what does you taking the Marconi with you wherever you're going have to do with me?
No. There's nothing. Has nothing to do with you. You are not involved in whatever is happening now professionally in any way.
You're going to pick him up for work in the G-Wagon, right?
Oh, God.
Well, listen, I guess maybe like his job's on the way, but also you're really, Speaks, you're making a hell of an assumption that I drive myself to work.
Here's it. Hey, Nick, just so you know, here's a text. Damn you, Nick Wright. You did this to us. That's the listeners.
So again, details are fuzzy and you can't believe everything you read on the internet. But I would like to say to you guys and to Danny that there is going to be some narrative or thought along those lines. And I think whatever this next thing is, I think people will have way overstated in their head how much hand I had in anything. Listen, I'm a person connector, and I happen, I like to bring people together and then see where it goes. But to be totally clear, if I had the type of juice that I think people might assume I have, if I actually had that, I would just be using that, to the point where, as I mentioned, I don't drive myself to work, but I do have to get a cab every day on the way home. I don't have round trip work transportation juice. So anything that's being done at my shop is being done based on, merit and most deserved. And so I'm very, and again, I don't really know how that has anything to do with it.
No. Well, look, we'll be watching Danny as he works with John Kelly on a revamped Extra. Okay. It's going to be great television, I'm sure. Thanks, Nick.
Oh, good. So, real quick, before I go, can I ask, because I don't know what your guys' schedule is, can I ask you, Speegs, is there a single Parkins story that you've been holding in reserve or that you haven't told in years that you think should be revisited? Because if you'll tell one, I'll tell one.
Shane says we simply don't have time, Nick.
We gotta step away, Nick.
We simply don't have time.
Another time, then.
Another time.
Another time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Love you guys.
Hey, Nick, thank you.
Love you, Nick. All right.
Of course.
The Parkins and Spiegel show Shiva continues on The Score.
Here's a classic Parkins and Spiegel moment on The Score.
But I was dying to say it on Sunday, and I didn't end up saying it.
Yeah.
I think the Cubs might win this division. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But they're playing well, and the design. All right, I can't.
Yeah, beat you to it.
But here's the thing, Danny. I thought your proclamation lacked style. And
thank you.
I thought it lacked panache. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hear ye, hear ye. The Cubs are going to win the National League Central.
Hear ye?
Hear ye, hear ye.
Yeah, hear ye. Yeah,
Louis Armstrong in here? What's going on?
That was actually really good.
That was very clean.
He's talented. He's a talented musician.
That's how I would do a proclamation.
That's a proclamation.
That's
what how you do it.
Interrupting a family vacation to make this happen. Our friend and yours, you've seen him and you know him from everything. Bill Fichtner.
Whoa, wait a minute. Listen, I told my family this vacation is interrupting me calling the show. Let's get our priorities straight right now.
Hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. I don't know how or why or exactly how this weird friendship and relationship started that you always answer our calls and agree to come on and tell stories and talk Bills football, but we love you, Bill Fichtner.
Oh, man, I mean, come on, who's going to listen to me now? Listen, do not give me your home numbers. It will not work out well.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Well, I got to get my Josh Allen takes from someone. You going to get over the hump this year? How you feeling?
Oh, you know what? I tell you one thing. My wife she's like, you got to take me to Rhode Island. We got to go to Rhode Island. Labor Day weekend. My college friends are there. We got to go and walk on the beach. I said, honey, of course I will. But while we're back on the East Coast, let's go to the home opener.
Hell yeah.
So I will be back in Buffalo on the 7th for that 7th or 8th, whatever that Sunday is. We open up against Arizona. I don't know. You know what I mean? This is one of those years where who knows what's going to happen. A lot of changes, but the truth about it is I'm not, a lot of these changes I'm not upset about.
Sure.
Let's see what's going. We got to. It happens. The only thing that I'm worried about one thing.
Okay.
Matt Milano. I'm worried about Matt. Broke his leg last year, apparently yesterday in practice, hurt his arm a little bit. Matt Milano he'll change the whole thing.
Leader of the defense.
Is going to be Josh. but I'm worried about Matt. We'll see what happens.
For anybody who doesn't know, this is a famed actor, William Fichtner, who you might know from Heat, Contact, Armageddon, The Perfect Storm, Black Hawk Down.
Oh, yeah, everything.
Oh, the Heavy in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Bill, I watched it with my kid, literally like within the last 8 months, and I was like, oh my God, look how good Fichtner is in this thing. But as you've said before, you prefer to be known only for this show.
From The Score and the Parkins and Spiegel show.
Yeah, your sports takes is what you prefer, correct?
Listen, I used to prefer that, but now that's reality. You know, listen, I told you this before. I swear to God, guys, it happens every once in a while. I was changing planes a couple of months ago in Chicago. Somebody walks by and real quiet, they go, "Hey, love you on the show," and I'm like, "Gotcha, babe. I know what he's talking about."
You're the man, Bill Fichtner. Thank you for calling into the last show, Colonel Willie Sharp. You saved the world.
Listen, I'm going to miss this, but that other things will happen, and we'll get a chance to talk about everything in the future. But God bless you, guys, everybody involved, and new paths, new journeys. Let's go.
There you go, man. Hey,
That's Bill Fichtner.
Sorry about that 33-6 beatdown in the preseason.
Bringing it up. You
No.
always bring things up
Sorry
that he
about
doesn't
that.
like to hear
Well,
about.
it's just we just kicked the Bills' ass.
Yeah,
We need
yeah.
to remind him. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
I just Bill Fichtner is not your intellectual property, right, Danny? We can keep him for whatever
Of course.
we're doing going forward.
However you guys want to do.
I wanted to ask him if he's going to be in Heat too. You know,
You guys, of course, anything that you want to keep going with
Hey,
the next version of the show, you should.
Asking him if he's in Heat as well, that doesn't seem like a good question. That's invasive.
Yeah, when you leave, we're going to charge a rate for any phone number you ask for. Anybody who was on this show,
That's fine.
It's like $40. Sure.
Done.
No, don't give them
400.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No problem.
I mean,
all good.
He's not going to get the G-Wagon right away. You know, he's going to be saving up.
What did Wani say? Second contract?
Yeah, second contract. Yeah, that's right. You're going to get to the last year. You're going to see if they pick up the option.
Yeah,
and then we'll see what they will need is clarity. By the end of that final year, they'll need clarity, as we have for Mitch and for Fields.
All right. Who wants to go first? Who am I talking to first? I want to talk to you guys individually.
Speaks. Talk to Speaks.
All right. And we don't have a ton of time, so I'll just do a minute or two.
Do Tanny first. Do Speaks last. Tanny's just like, no, you should probably be last. He's
I
like,
don't
yeah,
care.
yeah,
No.
Tanny first.
I'm good. Yeah, do me. Go ahead, babe. I'm right here for you.
Listen, man. I remember that Miller's Pub meeting like it was yesterday. You being sure that I understood the yes and ethos.
Yeah. Sorry, I came out a little strong.
No, but it's funny. Like, I remember talking to you about the ambition of what I wanted it to be, like the dream job, right? I remember talking to you about charity events.
Yep.
At that event,
Absolutely.
You know, like, and the you called it the gaggle. It was called the Boyquarian, but like the collaboration, and you know, we had different versions of it, and it was not what your first choice was, and it was messy in those first months or whatever. But like you say, you can make chemistry with anyone, man. It's true. I thought I was getting into an arrangement. Mitch did not tell me when he said that you got the job who I was working with. I assumed it was Goff. I've said this before because of he was Evanston. I was New Trier. We were closer in age. I was working with, you know, a younger black guy in Kansas City. Like, oh, put me with that guy here and we're going to do a thing. Like, I thought that was what it was going to be. And then I was like, oh, God, it's going to be the music guy. I don't know anything about music. What the hell? So, like, I didn't know. And you've ended up being the perfect partner, man. And so I absolutely wanted it to be you again. And you have helped me with your knowledge and your kindness and your empathy and your ties to like the history of the station that I didn't have. I mean, I interned up the dial. Like Mitch was right. I don't know if he knew he was right. But like you ended up being the perfect partner, even though you were not the person that I thought it was happening with. And I can't thank you enough, man.
Amen.
I really can't.
I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, it was bumpy on the front end, as some people know. We got a text from somebody who's been listening to us for 7 years and has heard the evolution of our relationship, and it's absolutely been real, you know, on the air and off the air. And it's like knowing your professionalism and excellence and preparation and skills every day has been an incredible thing to have as a radio guy. Like, it's just been incredible to know what you're going to bring and what you're going to be every day. And it's been a joy. I wrote about this a little, but with other partners, I've had to try and be super well reasoned and logical and have my takes on lockdown and all of that. But that is a silly thing to try to be when working with you. That is and it's not necessary. So I've gotten to relax and access different tools in the toolbox, try to get my bores on and go, and just kind of sit here and be that and sometimes. And it's been really, really fun to find the chemistry together. And I really value your ability to listen and your ability to put up when I don't listen on occasion.
It's okay.
But yeah, man, it's just a tremendous respect for everything you do, and you've made me better, and I appreciate it. You deserve every bit of what's going on, and I'm sad to see our show end, but I am thrilled for you.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. All right, who wants it next? Who wants next?
It's your call, brother.
All right. Well, Shane, I'll just say to you, man, I like how Speaks has described you as like a unique profile as an executive producer, but you care as much as I do. And I'm not saying that anyone else doesn't or whatever, but like, I love working with you, man. And when it goes poorly, you get pissed. When it goes well, you're happy about it. But also, like, I don't know that you're doing this in 10 years, man. Like, I think that you could be a star on one of those TV shows. I think you could own your own chain of restaurants. I think I bought you that flat top grill because I want you to do the food truck thing. Like, don't sell yourself short, man. And don't let these people pigeonhole you, like, as a producer. You are more, like, you're an amazing executive producer, and you're the only person I would want to executive produce my radio show. But, like, when they come to you and they're like, this is just what that role is. No, man, no. You help other shows, you help other producers, you help hosts be better. You can do anything you want. Anything you want. And the personal stuff, like, listen, we've all become friends and we'll all stay in touch and all of that. So I'm keeping this mostly professional here. But I do love you all as people, you know that. But so just on the professional side, though, don't let anyone here put a ceiling on you, man. You are excellent at what you do, and you're worth almost getting fired over.
All right, well, I was going to start with my gratitude for riding with me through all that stuff, through almost getting the entire show minus Tanny, but plus Studs fired because Tanny wasn't here. So thank you.
Would have been funny if it was just Studs. By the way.
You should have dumped it.
Yeah, he's got the dump button. But it's overwhelming gratitude because I was leaving. I had an offer to go to Detroit, and I brought it to you. And I brought it to Mitch and like, yes, Mitch didn't want me to leave either, but like, you were the first person who said, no, you're not a management person. I was in management at the time. I hated it. I was not that good at it. And you said, no, I want you as my EP. You trusted me for that. You trust me to take chances like you take chances. You trust me to just do my own thing, even though that's not traditional sports radio. I've never been and never will be a traditional sports talk radio producer because you trusted me to do that. So I have the gratitude for that. But more so, I just have the gratitude for letting me learn and teaching me and just letting me take those chances. This has been the best 4 years of my life, even though we have rocky days all the time, all of us. But whatever's next for this show, this iteration of the afternoon show, it's going to be a tough thing to not think every day, well, we would have done it differently on Parkinson Spiegel. That's going to be the hardest thing to break. And I hope that the next thing is as welcome and as open. But this has been an incredible experience, and I can't thank you enough.
Thank you. Tanny, I say at the end of the show that you make us sound better than we are each and every day.
We got a break.
And I absolutely mean it. But you're also...
By the way, it's Rocky Days. Rocky Days is our new intern, right? Now that Peter Hansen's gone, we got Rocky Days. Sorry, I was holding on to that one for 2.5 minutes.
You are... I've also said this one. You're better at your job than anybody else is at theirs, including me. And I don't give that one up easy. Like, seriously, you are so good. But it's not... Yeah... Listen, man, you are prepared, you are smart, you are funny, you are hilarious, you are organized, you have an incredible memory, you have incredible... But, like, the thing that I kept coming back to is, man, like, you have taste. You have excellent taste. And knowing that I have earned your professional respect on some level.
All levels.
Well, thank you. It is truly one of the greatest accomplishments of my life. Like you have taste, man, and I've loved working with you.
I appreciate that, man. And I'll say something real quick on a personal level. When those changes were made around here back in 2018, I was devastated. Right, I cried in Mitch's office when Jason Goff was fired. Then I found out it's gonna be working with Mac, and I was terrified because I heard stories about working with Mac, and I had only known him a little bit in his time when you and him were working together, Speaks. And I found out I was working with Danny, and I had no idea what I was going to get. I had heard just a sampling of your guys' show, but I was kind of reeling on a lot of levels, personally, professionally. You know, I think Dan and Jason could still have a great show if it were still on, if those changes never were made. But your stability and your ambition and your work ethic, especially in those early days, were huge for me because I think it gave us both something to focus on with all this turmoil that was going on around us at that time. And I think you and I kind of bonded over those moments. I'm like, all right, we're starting this new show. We don't know what we're going to get with Mac. And Mac turned out to be like, I still talk to him this day. I love the guy, one of the biggest sweethearts. And it was a total 180 from the stories that I had heard. And maybe that was just part of it, working with late career Mac, you know what I mean? But I really enjoyed that show a lot. And I really enjoyed working with you and Shep on that show. But just you being the driving force of the content during those days was so clutch in that moment. I think for everybody around here, because this station was shook, and rightfully so, because we lost people that we really loved around here. You know what I mean? So just I want to thank you for those times and every day after that, really, to be honest with you. So you're going to do great. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next airport I'm in,
and then listen, man, the last thing for all three of you, this Radiothon tomorrow is in Brad's honor. You guys were at my brother's funeral and my dad's funeral. Nothing more needs to be said. You guys are family. Parkins and Spiegel on the Score. Without further ado, to tell her side of the story, Marta the nanny is with us on the Score. Hi, Marta.
Hi, Danny. Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
Yeah. Hi.
Nice to meet you, Marta.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for yesterday. I'm just so sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I have been there myself, but at least I had my winter boots on.
Not slippers. Are you a very large and strapping, strong person, Marta? Like, was this the right thing for you to be tasked with to help Danny?
I wouldn't say I'm large, but I am pretty strong and I work out a lot, so I'm used to the manual labor, unlike some people.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
You have been surprised.
I have been shocked. Are you kidding?
With a gaggle of balloons.
Yeah.
Befitting a party. Is this another QB1 party? Is that what's happening?
Oh, and did you pick out the balloons?
Yes.
What balloons do we have? Who'd you pick out?
Dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. My mom, my sister Amy, my wife Stephanie, and my boys Owen and Eli are in the studio. Oh my goodness gracious. This is, Spieg, Shane, and Tanny, you guys are family, but
this is actually family.
This is actually family.
Yeah, we're like family.
Yeah, exactly.
I said you could come to Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate the info. Yeah, I was going to say, is it in New York?
Yeah, we're not sure.
Once we figure that out.
We're trying to figure it out. Man.
Yeah, I had totally forgotten about Can't Do It till I was listening.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
no more Can't
Should
Do
we
It
play
today.
right now?
Yeah,
little family can't do it.
That would be frightening. That would be a frightening concept.
Yeah. How you doing, Steph?
Good.
Have you been listening?
I've been listening, yeah.
Kind of crazy, huh?
It's a crazy thing.
Yeah. You ready to do all this?
I'm ready.
All right, good.
Yeah.
What do you think, boy? Oh, and you like my studio? Yeah? You were, hey, who did I tell you the Bears quarterback is?
I don't know.
You remember it's not Justin Fields anymore. You remember Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
You think he's going to be good?
Yeah.
All right,
good job.
Chiefs or Bears?
Oh, yeah, Chiefs or Bears?
Chiefs.
You can't take
Mommy
the Kansas
wins.
City out of the boy.
Mommy wins.
Go back to Kansas City.
There we go.
Yeah.
You know, he really didn't like the traffic coming down here, Danny. He was complaining the whole way down.
He's smart. He's smart. Listen, guys.
That's hereditary.
Yeah. I hate the Kennedy. It's brutal. Hey, leaving Chicago once was real hard, and it was always to get back here. And so, because this is where my family is from. Leaving Chicago twice is not going to be easy. And don't make me tear up. I can't believe this is happening.
Man,
this is unfair.
You gotta go when a great opportunity arises. As I was thinking about it, I moved to LA at 37. That's when I moved to give it a shot. And I came back 2 years later to a welcoming Dan McNeil and a 670 the score. So you never know. But good for you. Go and enjoy and forage. Go kill a wildebeest and drag it back to the house. Drag it back to the cave so you can feed the brood.
Thank you, guys.
Good for you, man. Go.
Man.
I know that you guys you've said thank you, but I am Matt, Tanny, Shane. I'm so grateful for you guys and the support you have given us over the last 7.5 years. You guys were at Danny's daddy's funeral, at Brad's funeral. You supported us with both boys. The day after we bought our house, Shane and Tanny came and put together furniture for us.
And it mostly stayed together.
And you guys got him a very small pizza as thank you. It was a nice touch.
I thought it was enough for 3 people. Oh,
but
man.
We're so grateful. You guys have been professional and just like family to us. And this is very hard to leave. Danny, I know I have cried a lot, multiple days, in fact, but I am so proud of you. I am so excited for us. And I told you when I married you that this is ride or die, and I would get you to where you wanted to be, and I'd support you. And we came to Chicago with a dog, and now we're leaving with that same dog and 2 boys. And
I almost traded the dog for Deshaun Watson. That take ended very, man. Well, listen, thank you guys all for coming in. We got a Cubs game that we got to go to. I can't believe these are the shows that we always love 3-hour shows or 20-minute shows.
I know, but this one,
I would rather have had a 4-hour show today.
We'd like to preempt the entire Cubs. You know what this family, what this represents?
What's it?
It's the bow. You finally brought the bow. This family is the bow you're putting on the show here.
Thank you. Hey, Owen, I love you, buddy. Can you say that louder?
I love you too.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you to everybody. Obviously, Mitch and Ryan and Kevin, thank you all so much for being supportive through all of this. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Eli.
He dropped his motorcycle.
We were going to get him on picks this year.
Quiet down.
Shane Reardon, our executive producer. Thank you, sir. Chris Tannehill making us sound better than we are each and every day. I can't thank every guest that was on today. I'll definitely leave people out. Thank you to my family, Amy, Mom, Steph, Owen, Eli, Speegs. It's been real, man.
Yeah, man. Been a pleasure and an honor, dude.
So one last time, this is the Parkins and Spiegel Show on The Score.
Yeah! It's coming to town, yeah? And the mob, the mob, down! I'll destroy all your mangoes!
Hey!